Here's my newly acquired cat. It's a D7E, one of the early model ones. It's like a 48A 26 something, I think. Anyways, it's an early one. It's got the cable set up on it. Don't have a blade for it just yet. I bought it and it had a big a jersey box on the front. That's all it did its whole life. It's had an easy life. It just pushed gravel for highway jobs and everything. The company went out of business and it was on consignment, and I picked it up for a good deal. I had 2 new batteries in it. It's got some new rails on it. They hadn't even been turned yet. Of course, you see the rollers are actually in better shape than the ones on the 77 right there. But the undercarriage is in good shape. The grousers are down a little bit, which you would expect as it's ran in rock and asphalt its whole life. Anyways, for those of you who don't know, D7E, it's a D339. It's a 4-cylinder version of a D8H or a D8K engine, which is a 342. It's right at, I want to say it's about 14 liters. 14 liter, 4-cylinder engine. Turns about 1250, 1300, I believe, high idle. But yeah, it has been sitting for some time. It needs to be serviced, as anything of any age needs. But it needs to set. It's got a new radiator, newer. They ran it without this bottom guard right here, and of course they had a little accident, but it doesn't leak. You can see where they folded it over, which I'm not worried about that. As long as it ain't leaking, it's not a big deal to me. But it's got to have a little exhaust manifold work. I don't even know how the nuts fell off the studs, but it's actually missing it's missing one belt, and the other one's about to come off of there. It needs to have the fan hub rebuilt. When you rev it up, it just makes some noises, and it whines pretty good. So I didn't see a grease fitting on it. I guess I'll have to put one on it. But I'll get up here and see if it'll start. The batteries were dead, or pretty low on it. I tried to start it, and the glow plugs are not working on it right now. I got to get a new heat start switch. And but I've got to make a battery box for it. This one didn't have any drain holes in the bottom, and it rusted through, and this is just loose on there, and I got a ratchet strap holding it on for the time being, but it will be fixed. Anyways, sit down up here. The engine has been rebuilt. It's got roughly 3,000 hours on it. The reason I say roughly is this oil pressure gauge is bad, and of course, if anybody knows, once the oil pressure comes up, it connects the ground, and that's what makes the hour meter work. And it doesn't. This one's, it says it still has oil pressure. It's been sitting for a month, so I know it doesn't have any oil pressure. But anyways, we'll try to get it to start here. And it does have a decompression lever on it, so we'll get it rolling over and see if we can make something happen here. But you can see that I checked it with a multimeter the other day. I'm not getting anything out of it, so we'll see what happens. Well, continuing off, I tried starting it after I shut the video off. Never could get it to start. The batteries were getting pretty weak on it, and if it's below 60 degrees on one of these engines, it's without glow plugs, you can pretty much just forget about it unless you got a case of starting fluid. So, but anyways, they did this shit right here. That's pitiful. But anyways, it just needs to have this shit cut off and these holes tapped out, and we put a trunnion on there. Same way on the other side. And we can put a blade on it because you ain't got to worry about no cylinders or nothing on one of these. So, but yeah, it's a double drum winch on the back. It's leaking a little bit right there, but it's got new cable on that side, and I assume the left side works, but it don't have a handle up there. I might get one, but I know a guy's got a cable blade for this thing, and we will get this thing pushing dirt, and hopefully I can get some videos of it. Probably me on one of these machines and my brother on the other or something, and hopefully we can finish clearing that. I cleared all that with my 941. I sold it, but hopefully we can get all that cleared and we can start on that side up there, and up there on the other side of the power lines whenever we can get started on that. And we got 22 acres over there. You can't see it, it's over there past the hogs. But anyways, I hope to pick up a grill and a blade and put this baby and that baby to work right there. So, but anyways, oh, and I don't know what you call them on these older machines, but the stabilizer, the arm that kicks out from the roller frame out, those do take grease. So either they're that wore out or they've just been kept greased. But other than that, it's a pretty straight old tractor. But it don't have a true ROPS on it. That's just a canopy. They didn't have ROPS, wasn't a standard back in, I think it's 1963, I believe. But yeah, look at this fuel pump right here. It's bigger than most 4-cylinder Honda and Toyota cars that are on the road today. So it's a big one. And the linkages and shit for the D cells kind of wore out a little bit, but it'll be all right. But anyways, I'm gonna end this one kind of rambling on. But let me get back, give you a good look at her. It's pretty cool, you know. A D7 and a 977, they pretty much are the same deal, except they were made about 10 or 12 years apart. So they, you know, made a few changes, but because in the D7Fs, they come out with a 3306, like what's in that. And the older 977s, they had a 333, which turned into the 3306. But it's pretty cool, you know. They're pretty much the same caliber machine. D7, 977, pretty much the same deal. But yeah, hopefully I'll get some videos and of them working together. Probably be springtime, I'd have to guess, before that happen, because I've got some work to do on that one, get a blade, and of course, you know, the radiator and shit on that one. So anyways.